Good morning, it's Keith Scheider from Scheider Farms, and we're here this morning to talk about one of our most frequently asked questions, and that's what attracts hummingbirds. And it's also one of the most fun questions because everybody loves watching hummingbirds. We have them in here all the time, and every time one flies by, I have to stop and take a look at it. So let's just talk a minute about some of my favorite plants. And I'm not a hummingbird expert, but I'm around a lot of flowers, and we see what they go to most, and I just wanted to talk about a few of them. The first one is probably the best one in the greenhouse that I see the hummingbirds go into, and that's salvias. This one is called Mystic Spires. I know people always think that red is attractive to hummingbirds, and I guess it is, but if hummingbirds only went to red flowers, they would probably starve because most flowers aren't red. But it doesn't really matter on color. This one is one of my new favorite, coolest plants ever. It's another salvia called Rockin' Deep Purple. It's a awesome plant. I was just watching a hummingbird on it last night. This is Salvia Black and Blue. It's another great one. This is a new one. It's called Mirage Cherry. It's a salvia too, and it's a wonderful plant. A couple other annuals real quick. Verbena. Lantana are great. One of the classics is Fuchsia. This is Fuchsia Gartenmeister, and we have Fuchsia hanging baskets too. And we always hang one outside of our living room window and enjoy watching the hummingbirds come to it all summer long. A couple other ones. This is Verbena bonariensis. It gets kind of tall with purple flowers on the top. A great plant. And again, these are annuals I've been talking about. Now we'll go into, well, here's one other one. This is a super plant for a hanging basket. It's a Lophus wine red, and it is awesome. It's a cool plant. Hummingbirds love it, and it's just an eye-catching plant. Get the big bold leaves and the big flowers. It's a great plant. Going on to a few perennials that are great for hummingbirds, and nobody really thinks about it, but this, in our garden, around our house, is the #1 hummingbird attractor that I've ever had, and this is just catmint, Walker's Low. And then another catmint, which it does the same thing, it's just a little bit smaller in size, is Cat's Meow. It's a great plant. Nepeta catmint is, in our gardens, the best hummingbird attractor, period. One that you might not think about is Heuchera, coral bells. They love those flowers, and this is more of a part shade to going on shade plant, so you can get some flowers in the shade with this and some hummingbirds. And then one that we don't typically think of as flowering are hosta, and actually hosta are very, very good hummingbird attractors. They don't flower a long time, but while they are flowering, the hummingbirds really love them, and it is a shade plant too, so we give you something for the shade. And then, you know, just the common plants like Calibracho or super bells are great hummingbird attractors. Petunias are wonderful. There's so many flowers really that attract hummingbirds, but this right here is probably some of my all-time favorites, and if you plant some of these in your yard, you'll have hummingbirds on them, I guarantee it. I'll see you in the greenhouse.